Shelja, have you gone through the slides? Shelja Garg, can you hear me? Shelja, can you hear me? Vibhav, Vibhav, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Have you gone through the slides I have uploaded for decision tree? No.
One of us is supposed to eat it, or we eat it together, or maybe it's a test to see how long we can go without.
Should we wait for some time? So how many of you have gone through the slides? Tulika, Shikhar, Avnish. Yes, Tulika. You can, if you are not able to speak, you can write on chat. I hope that you all have submitted the assignment which have been uploaded, because they are the only ones which are going to be evaluated. Vibhav, yes. Do you want to
Sir,
say any?
the assignment that we have extended the deadline for.
Huh?
Sir, your first assignment.
Game playing.
Yes, sir. So it
Huh.
is showing that you have extended the date for it for some days.
Game
So
playing के
there are
लिए.
two assignments. Uh, sir, जो first assignment था,
First assignment means
the very first assignment which you have given on Edunix.
First assignment on which topic?
Let me see. Alpha beta proving.
That is game playing, right? So it
Yes,
shows
sir.
that I have updated the.
Yes, sir. You have updated two with same name, and I have submitted in the previous.
That's okay.
Okay.
I will evaluate both of them. But apart from that, like after that assignment, propositional logic and predicate logic, I have noticed that very few have submitted the assignment in for those topics, propositional logic and predicate logic, and these are going to be evaluated. That is why I was like worrying whether others are not um, hopeful of getting good result.
So one more thing.
Yes.
The slides which you have updated on decision tree,
Uh-huh.
the example was not very clear in the slide.
Which
Uh,
example?
Slide number 11, page number 11,
Page number 11.
according to Arjun.
That is the main assignment, like that is the main example. Before this, other examples are just what do you say, trivial examples. This
Yes,
is
sir.
the
Yes.
main example, and this is what we are going to study in our class also
But
today.
it is not very clear in, you know,
Clear means it is not visible properly or what?
yes, yes, sir. It is not very visible.
Why? I think it
The
is visible. It
data,
is just a PDF.
the table is not very clear.
Okay, you are not able to download actually. That is the
Yes, sir.
problem here, no?
Yes, sir.
You are not able to download. You can go through the content only on the screens,
Yes, sir.
and that is very small.
Sir, it is not. We are not able to even zoom in, and the table is not very clear of the data which is given.
Okay, so I will upload it on our Google Drive also.
Okay.
So I will keep uploading it on both sides. So I will ask you to first go through the EduNext so that it shows that people are visiting, because it is somehow um, getting that data, maintaining that data that people are visiting to the content uploaded or not. Okay, so it
Okay.
is advisable you first go on EduNext and see what are the contents, and then ask me if it is not properly visible. I will upload it on our Google Drive also, the Google Drive which we have kept sharing till now. Okay.
Okay.
Any other thing?
No.
So what about assignment like predicate and propositional logic? Many of you have not submitted the assignments, which is very important. So should we start the class today? Only 13 people have joined till now. So we'll start it. So actually we are into another unit, starting another unit which is called learning. So we will see one or two strategies, very simple strategies for which can be used for learning. Learning means you want your algorithm that it can learn from given data. It can learn the um, it can make some structure and make some logic, develop some logic based on which it can decide on future data. That is the meaning of learning. For example, in the given slide, this is the data which says whether you should play or not, play tennis or not. Okay, if you want to play a tennis game outside, okay, lawn tennis, so whether you should play or not based on the values of different features, it has been identified. Okay, so this is called the training data. This we can mention as a training data. That means on the basis of this data you have to train your system, that so that in future whenever the values of features are given, it can automatically decide whether yes or no for this column, whether you system should answer as yes or no based on the inputs it receive on different features. Okay, so that is the target, that you want your system to learn based on this training data, and then can respond to different values of the same features in future. Okay, so presently what data is saying, that it has divided the data, it has disintegrated the data in four features, that is outlook, temperature, humidity and wind. And for each feature there are certain values, predefined values, which can be assigned to that feature. So for example, outlook, it can be either sunny, overcast, rainy, and that is it. Okay, then for temperature it can either be hot, mild, cool. Okay, so based on different values we can identify what are the different possible values for the temperature. Similarly for humidity, it can be either high, normal, that's it. For wind it can be either weak, strong, that's it. For play, and then it has to output, it is supposed to output the answer for play in either yes or no. So you can see this problem as a classification problem also. That means given this input, given the values for each feature, what would be, how will you classify this set? That is your target. So you have to classify the different set of inputs into different classes. So here you have only two classes. Those two classes are either you will play or you will not play. So only two classes are there, output classes, and based on these inputs for these features, you have to decide what class you will assign. Okay, so this problem can also be called as classification problem. Okay, now how you should decide? So one way is decision tree method, that you will represent your logic in the form of decision tree. Decision tree something like this as shown on the right side. So you will form, based on this data, you will form a decision tree, formulate a decision tree which can easily be represented by if else or something like that in your logic. So this decision tree can easily be represented in a logic, and first we have to design such kind of decision tree based on the data. And if we have designed the decision tree, we can code this decision tree in our program, and then it will answer accordingly based on different inputs. Okay, so the question is how to design or how to identify this decision tree based on the data. So the decision tree which would result for this data is like this, that on first of all it will look at the outlook, the feature outlook, and based on different values of this feature, it will move in this tree. Okay, so if outlook is overcast, then by default it will say you can play outside. It will not look for any other value for any other feature. If it is sunny, then it will look for only humidity. So if it is outlook is sunny, then it will only look for humidity. And if it is high, then it will say no. If it is normal, then it will say yes. So you can go for playing the game if outlook is sunny and humidity is normal. And if outlook is rainy, then it will look only for wind and will not look for humidity. And if it is rainy and wind is weak, then it will allow you to go outside. And if it is rainy and wind is also strong, then it will not allow. And this tree, whatever it looks like, is only based on this data. If you change this data, this tree will look differently. Okay. Now question comes, how have you decided that based on this data, this tree should be formed? That is the basic learning which we will have after this class. So if this data is supposed to be converted into this decision tree, that means we have to decide based on outlook. The first decision which we are going to make will be based on outlook instead of any other feature like temperature, humidity and wind. सबसे पहले हम आउटलुक को देख रहे हैं, ना ही टेम्परेचर को देख रहे हैं, ना ही ह्यूमिडिटी को देख रहे हैं, ना ही विंड को देख रहे हैं. सबसे पहले आउटलुक देखते हैं और उसके वैल्यू के बेस पे हम फर्दर डिसीजन ले रहे हैं. ये जो डिसीजन है कि हम सबसे पहले आउटलुक को देखेंगे, वो किस आधार पर हमने लिया. Why we have taken this decision that we will make our decision. First we will make our choice based on the values of outlook feature. So that has come from this data, and the theory of entropy, as I just follow, will make you this understand. So the reason is that the most informative decision, we can measure the informativeness of each feature. Using the theory of entropy, we can measure the informativeness, the quantity of informativeness each feature carries based on this data. Okay, so how much information we have if we decide based on outlook, how much information we have if we decide on the basis of humidity, how much information do we have if we decide on the basis of wind. This is called quantity of informativeness, and this can be calculated based on theory of entropy. Okay, and based on that we have come up to the decision that out of these four, the best is outlook. So outlook gives you more information. If you decide on the basis of outlook, then you have more information. More information means less randomness. So actually entropy is the measure of randomness. Now we will see what is entropy. Entropy is the measure of randomness in a set. What is randomness? So assume our data is a set of S examples with C classes. So here we have two classes. In our example, we have two classes, that is either play yes or play no. and we have S examples. How many examples we have seen here? I think they are 14 examples. So we have 14 examples and two classes. We have to distribute our examples into two classes. Okay, so what is randomness? And suppose PC is the probability that a random element of S belongs to class C. So there are two classes, class yes and no. So here we have only two classes, yes and no. And PC is the probability that a random element of S belongs to class C. So out of 14 examples, how will we find probability of yes? Anybody? Out of given 4 examples, given 14 examples, how will we find probability of yes and probability of no? Anybody? Please answer fast. इन दिए हुए एग्जाम्पल्स 14 एग्जाम्पल्स में yes होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है और नो होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है? प्ले yes होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है और प्ले नो होने की प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या है? कैन यू आइडेंटिफाई, कैन यू मेजर दैट? एनीवन प्लीज फास्ट. Salil.
It would be just like number of plays where it would be yes upon 14.
Upon 14. Okay. So number of yes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 yes and 5 no. Okay. That means based on this data, the probability of yes is 9 over 14, and probability of no is 5 over 14. Okay. So if we have this probability of different classes, okay, then we can measure the randomness or uncertainty in the given data. So what is that measure? Formula is this. So if P1, P2, PC are the probabilities of different classes, so here two classes only, and we have only Py and P no. We have Py and P no. So probability of yes is 9 by 14, and then log base 2, we can write LG 9 over 14. So this is the term which will come for each class, हर क्लास के लिए. So yes के लिए एक ये टर्म आएगी, फिर नो के लिए ऐसी एक और टर्म आएगी, ऐसे ही जितनी भी क्लासेस हैं उन सब के लिए ऐसी एक टर्म आएगी, वेयर 9 over 14 LG 9 over 14 PC log PC, probability of that class into log of that class with a minus sign. Okay, so you will keep on adding all these terms, and whatever addition you get, that is called the randomness. That is the measure of randomness. That is the definition of measure of randomness. तो randomness का जो value है वो based on theory of entropy is this. Right? So for this, then we define what is information gain. So if a set of S examples, so first you have understood what is measure of entropy, everybody? Measure of entropy क्या है ये समझ गए? Measure of entropy, probability of each class into log base 2 of that probability, and summation of this term for each class with a minus sign will come in this formula. So if you sum all these terms together with a minus sign, then you get the measure of randomness in the given data, where there are S examples and C classes. You have to distribute them into C classes. Okay. If we have made this decision, now suppose we have made a decision based on class C. Okay. First decision we have made on the based of feature S F. Suppose we have made first decision on the basis of feature F. Then what we will do, we will take out for each feature, we will identify different probabilities for each value of that feature. We will identify the entropies value for each subset, and then we will subtract the entropies of divided features from the overall entropy. तो टोटल एंट्रोपी में से हम डिवाइडेड सबसेट्स की एंट्रोपीज अलग अलग निकालेंगे और उनको उनके एंट्रोपीज को ऐड करके हम टोटल एंट्रोपी में से घटा देंगे. व्हाट वी गेट इज द इंफॉर्मेशन, द मेजर ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन. ओके, सो इफ that value is greater for whichever feature this value is greater can be considered as the carrying more information. So for example, we'll just switch to, instead of going into this data, you can go through these slides later on to understand it better. We will quickly go to the example. So for example, this is the data and we have to decide, for example, we have to decide on the basis of wind. कि wind के base पे अगर हम divide करें data को, तो how much information do we have? So what we will do, first we will identify how many values are there for wind. Wind can be weak or strong. So for weak, we will identify the cases. So for weak, how many cases? This, this, this. So these are the values for weak, and these are the values for strong. This. So we will separate them. So how many values are there for weak? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 values for weak. No. 8 values for weak and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values for strong. So we have 8 values for weak and 6 values for strong. Now for each of these subsets, for subset weak, we will find the entropy. So again, we will find how many no's and yes are there in weak. So how many no's, how many yes in weak? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 yes in weak. 6 yes. And how many yes in strong? 1, 2, 3. 3 yes in strong. Okay. So we have got this. Now we can identify the entropy. So what will be the entropy of weak and so for weak, this is 6 plus 2 minus 6 yes and 2 minus. So we can calculate using the same formula, minus 6 over 8 Lg 6 over 8 minus 2 over 8 Lg 2 over 8. Okay. So using the same formula, we can find entropy of S weak. So we have considered only examples for which wind is weak, and we have found the entropy of that set. So entropy is this, minus 0.811. Entropy for entire set is 0.94. The the one which we have discussed earlier. So this is the entropy for entire 14 cases. Entropy for entire 14 cases is 0.94. यानी कि randomness, degree of randomness in the given example 14 cases is 0.94, and randomness in the subset for weak is 0.811. Similarly, randomness for strong, that is 3 and 3. So we have just seen that there were 3 yes, right? कितने yes देखे थे? 3 yes. So that there were 3 yes when we have considered only subset where wind is strong. So there are 3 plus 3, 3 plus 3 minus. So what we will get? We will get 3 over 6 Lg 3 over 6 2 times. So this will again come for yes and no. For yes and no both, the term will be same, 3 by 6 log 3 by 6, and this is 2 times, and this will be equal to 1. Okay, so S strong is equal to 1, S weak is 0.811, and then what you do, you subtract this randomness, the randomness which you have got for these two sets separately. अगर इनके अलग अलग randomness देखें तो 0.811 है और 1 है, तो total randomness कितना हुआ? 1.81. 1.81 is the randomness, and 0.94 was the randomness in entropy. So the randomness right, this is the one. Now you have to weight this randomness. So 0.81 is the randomness of S weak, but this 811 is only for 8 cases out of 14. So how many cases were weak there? Only 8 out of 14 cases. 8 cases were weak and 6 cases were strong. So we will weight this, we will apply the weight of randomness. So 0.811 was the randomness for weak set and 1 is the randomness for strong set, but out of 14 only 8 cases were weak. So we will apply that weight to this, and 6 by 14 weight to strong one. So we will get the weighted value of this randomness in our given set. So finally, this is the final randomness which we have. This is the information gain. So this is the definition for information gain. If we subtract randomness of the entire set and the randomness of the based on the each feature, we get the information. So this is the information gain which we attain if we make a decision based on wind. So whenever we make a decision based on any feature, what we are doing, we are reducing the number of cases which we have to see next. हम जब भी कोई डिसीजन ले रहे हैं किसी फीचर के बेस पे, हमारा एम क्या है कि हम जल्दी से आइडेंटिफाई कर सकें कि हमें क्या डिसीजन लेना है फाइनली. ओके, जैसे ही हमने कोई डिसीजन लिया किसी फीचर के बेस पे, एक्चुअली व्हाट वी हैव डन, वी हैव ट्राइड टू इंक्रीज द इंफॉर्मेशन. तो जैसे ही हमने नंबर विंड के बेस पे डिसाइड किया तो हमें पता चल गया कि भाई या तो वीक है या स्ट्रांग है. अगर वीक है तो अब क्या करेंगे, तो हमारे पास नंबर ऑफ केसेस देखने के लिए बहुत कम है. स्ट्रांग है तो क्या करेंगे, देखने के लिए बहुत है. लेकिन क्या नंबर ऑफ केसेस से ही खाली पता चल रहा है कि हमारा डिसीजन आगे आसान होगा कि मुश्किल होगा? नहीं. हमने अगर नंबर ऑफ केसेस घटा भी दिए, लेकिन उन नंबर ऑफ केसेस में अभी भी क्लासेस इवनली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड हैं. अभी भी 6 आउट ऑफ 8, सपोज 4 यस हैं 4 नो हैं, तो इवन in the same, we are lying in the same boat. We have the same problem still after making a decision on the basis of weak or on the basis of wind. So if we have made decision on the basis of wind and in spite of decreasing the number of cases, we are still having the same value of randomness in the data, then we are actually moving nowhere. We have gained nothing. That is the point that we have to understand in this information gain. So whenever we make a decision on the basis of feature, we have to identify that on the after making that decision whether we have gained some information or not, or we still are lying in the same situation, still the value of randomness is same. So we have still the same difficulty in deciding. So if that is the case, then making the decision on the basis of wind is not very good, is not a good idea. Okay, so that is what we have calculated here. So based on this value, this value gives you what is the value of information gain which we have achieved after making a decision based on whether wind is weak or strong. Similarly, we can calculate what is the value for outlook. So for outlook, I have calculated. So same case, outlook. Okay, on the basis of outlook now, we have three classes. For outlook, how many classes are there? Three classes, three values. For feature outlook, there are three values: sunny, overcast, and rain. Okay, so for each one, we will identify how many are yes. We will identify the entropy. So how we will do? Let's see. So total entropy is still that is same 0.9408028 that we have calculated in the earlier example. Now for sunny, these are the only cases which are where outlook is sunny. So out of these 5 cases, three are no and 2 are yes. So entropy for this can be calculated in this way, and the entropy will be 0.9709 for outlook sunny. Similarly, for outlook overcast, we will just take out all the examples where outlook is overcast, and we will see how many are yes and how many are no. So if there are all yes and this is 0, so this value is 0, entropy is 0, no randomness. Randomness 0 means there is no random, fixed, answer is fixed. We don't have any ambiguity. If we have identified that overcast is outlook is overcast, then we do not have any ambiguity. That means we have to play based on this example. Okay, based on the test data. So whatever we are making decision, we are not making decision on the basis of our vague knowledge. We are making decision only on the basis of data we have. Okay, so since we have taken this data which is lookingly very knowable, that we know what is the situation, then we may, in some cases, we may say that this is not correct output. Okay, but that is not our task to do. Okay, because in the real situations, we may not actually know what are the situations based on data. We will have just data, and we will have to just classify them into different classes, and we don't have any knowledge apart from data about those classes. What are those classes? Why are those classes formed? So we are just as a stupid, we are doing just mathematics. We don't know anything else about the data. We only know the mathematics. We are just doing pure statistics. Okay. So now, if it is rainy, then we have these many cases. How many cases? 5 cases. Out of these 5 cases, yes is 3 and no is 2. Okay. So again, the same value which we have got for sunny. For sunny also we got 0.97. So there were yes 2 and no 3. Here yes 3 and no 2. So same level of ambiguity. There the ambiguity was towards no, and here the ambiguity was towards yes. That only the difference is there, but the value of ambiguity is still same. Right? Value of randomness is same. Okay. So now we have got randomness, value of randomness of each of these subsets corresponding to each subset of various values for feature outlook. Now we have to subtract these values from the overall entropy, overall randomness of the example. So out of 14 examples, 5 were sunny, 4 were overcast, and 5 were rainy. And information which we have gained from sunny and rainy is same. So we can say 5 over 14 into 0.9709 plus 4 over 14 into 0 plus 5 over 14 into 0.9709 is the randomness, weighted randomness of the data if we have made decision on the basis of outlook. So when we have made the decision on the basis of outlook, the degree of randomness, weighted degree of randomness of the entire data is remaining only 0.693536. So that is the randomness. So total information gain is this randomness minus this randomness. So this is the information gain which we have achieved when we have made decision on the basis of outlook. रैंडमनेस को हमने डिक्रीज कर दिया, तो जिसमें ज्यादा डिक्रीज कर दिया रैंडमनेस को जिस डिसीजन लेने के बाद, तो हम इसका मतलब है कि वी हैव गॉट मोर इंफॉर्मेशन आफ्टर मेकिंग दैट डिसीजन. So since outlook has got more information, so temperature, similarly for temperature we can decide hot, mild, cool. Hot yes 2, no 2, mild yes 4, no 2, cool yes 3, no 1. Okay, and then we can calculate similarly on the basis of humidity, high yes, no 4, normal yes, no 1, and calculate final information gains for each of these decisions. तो अगर हमने outlook के base पे, if we have made our first decision on the basis of outlook, the information gain which we achieve is 0.2467. If we have made decision on the basis of temperature, the information gain which we have achieved is 0.0292. If we have made decision on the basis of humidity, the information gain is 0.1518, and for wind it is this. So maximum information gain, जब जिसमें कि randomness हमने सबसे ज्यादा घटा दिया, randomness सबसे कम जिस केस में हो गया वो है outlook. In the case of outlook, we have reduced the randomness to the maximum. That means we have gained the information to the maximum when we have decided on the basis of outlook. So if we have decided on the basis of outlook, we have come to one decision, and that is why we will make first decision on the basis of outlook. Similarly, for the next level of the tree, okay, so on the basis of this, so on the basis of this outlook, we have identified that sunny, overcast, and rain. Now, in case of sunny, in case of overcast, there is no other decision we have to make. We have already made the decision, that is the final node. So when there is a diagonal type of node, that means we have reached to the terminal node. For all other intermediary nodes, we use rectangles in this tree. Okay, that is the notation. So for internal nodes, that is rectangle. For terminal nodes, that is diagonal. This, what is it, rhombus. Okay. Now we have to make decision when it is sunny. So we have to develop this tree further. Now what we will do for these, we have not still reached to the terminal node in these cases. So still we have to make decision. Now our scope has reduced. Now we have only these 5 cases here and these 5 cases here. Out of these 5 cases, now we will decide on which feature we will further make decision. So again we will adopt the same strategy. Instead of considering 14 examples, 14 test data, as we have done for the root node, here we have to decide only on the basis of 5 data. So we will consider there are only 5 data. Now we will make decision on the basis of wind, temperature, and humidity. So out of wind, temperature, and humidity, we will calculate their entropy, and the entropy for this node we already know, which we have calculated earlier. So that is 0.97. What is that? Entropy for this node. 0.9709. So this is the entropy for this node. Okay, so for this node it is 0.9709, and for this node it is 0.9709. For both of these, the entropy of the node is 9709. Now in this node we will again try to see what will be the entropy if we decide on the basis of humidity from this node. So out of these five, we will just consider only these 5 examples, and out of these 5 examples we will see how many are humid. So if we just try to see sunny, so for on the basis of humidity we have we can decide we can have 2 sets, one containing only these 3 and another containing only these 2. So if we decide on the basis of humidity, it is clear that we will get our randomness reduced to 0. So for high it will be no, for normal it will be yes. Okay, so directly we can know that it will be 0. For if we decide on the basis of wind, so wind no is this and yes is this. So here there will be some randomness will still remain. And similarly for temperature, no is this, yes is this. So again, you cannot clearly say for which temperature what is the value. So as we can quickly note down that if we have decided that outlook is sunny, then simply we can decide on the basis of humidity. If it is high, we can decide to play no, and if it is normal, we can simply decide to play yes. So we have reduced our the randomness to 0 if we make a decision on the basis of humidity after making a decision to sunny. After finding that outlook is sunny, if we make a decision on the basis of wind, we can quickly reach to the terminal node that we have found here. Similarly, we see for rainy outlook, we don't have to, we have already reached to the terminal node. So for rainy, again, we will see for temperature, how many yes? For temperature, how many yes? These are yes, and these are no. Okay, so again, we cannot define. Temperature. These are yes. Okay, then for humidity, which are yes, this is yes. For wind, which are yes, this is yes. And then for humidity, which are no, these are no. And for wind, which are no, these are no. Okay, so you can clearly see that if you decide on the basis of temperature, then you cannot simply say just on the basis of temperature what will be the next. You will have still remain some decision to make. Final decision nahi hoga wo. So then if we decide on the basis of humidity, again there are high, normal and normal. So both of the cases are there. So if it is high, we cannot say it will be yes only. Okay. And similarly for wind, weak, if it is weak, we can simply say yes, and if it is strong, we can simply say no. So randomness will decrease to 0 if we decide on the basis of wind. Okay, so that means the information gain will be maximum when we decide on the basis of wind if we have already found out that outlook is rainy. So on the basis of this data, we have formed this decision tree finally. Same thing are shown in this slide also. So you can just go through these slides again and see, check all these things. this algorithm, we are not very much interested in this algorithm. We are just looking to cover up to this point, that we should be able to identify what is the decision tree for a given set of data. Okay, so if we are able to identify, then we have understood what do we mean by decision tree method. Okay, so this is what the decision tree for this particular data. इस डेटा के बेस पे हमने ये डिसीजन ट्री बनाया है, एंड दिस डिसीजन ट्री वी हैव ट्राइड टू बी to keep its depth as less as possible. You can decide on the basis of any feature at any level, but what will happen if instead of deciding on the basis of outlook at the first level, you decide on the basis of humanity? In the end, what will have, you will have a decision tree which is lengthier than this one. डिसीजन ट्री जितना लंबा होगा उतना ही हमें डिसीजन लेने में टाइम लगेगा. So for each level we will have to make one decision. So to reduce the height of this decision tree, that is, this exercise has been done to reduce the height of this decision tree. Okay, ultimately we have to identify this decision tree, and if we have identified this decision tree, that means we have learned this data. Now in future, whatever features, what are the values we get for the features, we can decide on the basis of decision tree what is the decision we have to give to the user, whether he should play tennis or not. Okay, so if he has to be allowed, we have to identify what are the values for each feature. Okay, so we have tried to reduce the height of this decision tree so that we can quickly make this decision in future. Everybody has understood the concept here, I believe. Everybody should have. Okay, then I will stop it, and I will advise everybody to upload the assignment as soon as possible, because finally we are going to grade them, and I might come up with a quiz, online quiz, during these 2-3 days on the predicate and propositional logic. So be prepared, and that will be 10 to 15-minute quiz, online quiz, that will be only through EduNext, as we have already tried using AI demo quiz. So in the same manner, I will float a quiz and assign you in the given time, and you will have to perform that quiz online. Any question? Can you please switch on your video for a while? Your cameras. Hello, Salil.
Hello, sir.
Hello, Tulika.
Sir,
Yes.
Sir, actually, my device's camera is not working.
Who is that?
Parth, sir.
Okay.
Sir, although there is a camera, but I think there is some driver issue.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Vibhav, are you there? Shalja? Vibhav. So how is it going?
It's good. Fine.
How are you spending your time in this period of lockdown?
So, I am actually learning web development and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
What about others? Aniket Singhal, Shikhar Srivastava, पार्थ तो हो गया, निखिल, प्रणव, ज्ञानेंद्र, अवनीश.
Yes, sir.
Your camera is working.
Yes, sir.
Abhinav, Anand,
Yes, sir.
So how is it going? Have you submitted your assignments?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You
sir, we
people
have
have not
submitted.
submitted. Abhinav, Anand, Anshika,
Yes, sir.
Abhinav, Anand, Anshika.
Yes, sir.
वीडियो अपना कैमरा ऑन कर लीजिए for a while. I'll just keep naming 4 people, and please on your camera and then switch off. Abhinav, Anand, Anshika, Avnish. Switch on your camera. Switch on your camera. Are you able to switch on your camera? Video.
Yes, sir.
Abhinav, are you there? So that is good place. Anand, that is good.
Yes,
good.
sir.
That is good place to have lecture.
हाँ sir.
कहाँ पे बैठे हो ये?
गांव में पेड़ के नीचे.
अरे वाह, कहाँ पे, कौन सी जगह है?
सर यूपी वाराणसी के पास.
अच्छा, तो वहाँ पे है इंटरनेट वगैरह?
हाँ सर.
डोंगल ले गए होंगे?
नहीं, अभी तो मोबाइल डेटा ही चल रहा है.
अच्छा, बहुत बढ़िया. बस ठीक है. अभिनव,
Hello, can you hear me, sir? Sir, actually, I'm from iPad. The camera is not working.
कैमरा इज नॉट वर्किंग.
Yes, sir. I'm
अभिनव.
actually on
अंशिका,
my iPad.
अंशिका, कैमरा इज वर्किंग. अंशिका, अवनीश, अवनीश सिंगल,
Yes, sir.
कैमरा इज वर्किंग.
Camera is working. Yes, sir.
अंशिका,
Anshika.
प्रणव. ठीक है, हो गया. So looking fine.
Yes, sir.
How are you spending your time?
Watching movies, sir.
Where are you? In which place? In which city?
Delhi. New Delhi.
न्यू दिल्ली। अंशिका नहीं आई, ज्ञानेंद्र तो आ चुके थे, प्रणव आ चुके, और निखिल। निखिल, आर यू देयर?
Yes, sir.
Camera is working?
Yes, sir. I switched it on.
सलील हो चुके। शैलजा, शैलजा कर। शिखर श्रीवास्तव,
Yes, sir.
अनिकेत सिंह,
Yes, sir.
विभव तो हो चुके। ओके देन,
Okay, sir.
थैंक यू।